Alright guys, what's up? I'm in another game here between Roger here on the left side playing Savage Tundra and Lord Gog playing on the right hand side under depths. And it looks like it's going to be Imps, because we see Imp Strangler, you know, Imp Vixen versus Lonx. So it's a good themed game.
Yeah, sounds pretty accurate. I don't know if Gog has a Shadow Spawn Imp going up for the North Font. Probably does, because you only see 2 units on the board.
Yeah, that's true.
And he's got Imp Strangler with Demon Shield on it, which means Roger's going to have to figure out some way, either Fearless Champs, Iron Will, Unstoppable, or he's going to have to get some anti-equip out, otherwise that Strangler can't really be hurt.
Yeah, or he can throw a AoEs on it, like a cone or something, but doesn't have
Unfortunately,
anything.
that is not one of Lonx's strong suits.
Yeah, like Yeti Cape. What else?
Yeah. That's actually a lot of Frost decks, for instance, have a bunch of AoE, but as far as ST goes, Lonx are usually a little lighter on that.
Yeah.
So.
Anyway, I was told they buffed the Imp Strangler, and I see they gave him Render, so that looks like, you know, 31 damage. That's nothing to scoff at. Or 21, sorry.
But yeah, that's still quite a bit. And there's Avarice.
Yeah.
Does he know which way that's... Okay.
He's gonna go for the... Okay, he wanted the Gluttony. Alright.
Yeah. Gluttony is quite good.
Yeah. I guess so.
Especially against Savage Tundra.
Yeah, it also gives the plus 10, and that's like what imps need. They need that extra HP, right?
Yeah, it certainly helps. I don't know if that actually triggered, though, because that Imp Vixen is sitting at 50, and after 2 attacks, that's what it would be at. So maybe she just incorrectly didn't get the plus 10 HP. This is actually my first time seeing Avarice in a real Imp deck. Usually it's just underdepth stuff.
Yeah, that's true. Just because Manic by itself is just so strong.
And I mean, Gluttony is no slouch either. That ability doesn't show up all that often, but it's quite good. It generates HP or AP and damage, and can get some pretty good scaling as well.
Alright. Mischief is out too, which is always fun to look at. I'm sad that they nerfed it so hard. I mean, they did just give them the equip, so that's kind of like making up for the nerf on the Mischief that was done like I think 2 expansions ago or 1 expansion ago.
That's one way to think about it. I think, I mean, Mischief was really good.
Yeah, but still nobody played it, even when it was.
Yeah, I know. You had like 1 or 2 people playing it. It still bothers me just a little bit because it drains from within a range of 4 and then gives AP in a range of 5.
Yeah.
Which is just... It's so weird.
Yeah, it is weird. Ooh, nice. Alright, so both these champs are probably going to die now. I'm not going to lie. Like, there's a triple attack on the Hunt Leader because a double attack from normal and then the Manic, right? And then the Lonx Missionary is dead too. So it's both of those dead.
I don't think the attack from Vixen will be quite enough to kill. Oh yeah, it should be if it gets the bonus damage. There we go, from Soul Siphon. So that was a good little bit of order of operations by Lord Gog, because he killed the the missionary first. He gets that bonus damage, which puts him up to just enough to compensate for Hunt Leader's defense.
Yep. Perfect kill. Always nice to see. And the Shadow Hunter up there with another Avarice. He also didn't gain the HP though, if you can see that. He also didn't gain the HP from it.
Yeah, I think that's probably a bug. I mean, they're not really suffering much without the HP, but that is probably something that should be addressed.
Yeah.
This is looking pretty over.
Yeah, it's true. So quick to kill with Avarice.
Yeah, Lord Gog just has enough damage output at this point to march over any single unit that gets deployed.
I mean, Throw Ren does, like, you know, pull its weight pretty well against underdepths though. He's like a...
Oh yeah, certainly.
Loads of damage, loads of speed.
And if he's... there's actually an argument for him just hanging out in his fawn to play another champion there.
You might want the Nora boards.
That's the trade-off, is that He doesn't get those Nora globes, but I mean, if he goes out there, he is just going to get pounced on by those imps and probably eaten.
Hunter Meek, I didn't know, but it went down to 70. I thought it used to be 65, but now it's just 70 or less. That's actually really nice.
Yeah, I think that sort of compensates for the general Hunter nerf. You know, there's a very big difference between +2 damage and +50% damage.
Especially for like high damage champions, right?
Yeah, certainly. And on something like Shadow Hunter, who's normally sitting on about 14 damage, that's a big difference.
But you know, he got Manic now. He's only 66 Nora. Holy fuck! What the hell?
Yeah, 7 speed, Hunter Meek, Shadow Spawn, 66 Nora. It's not bad.
It used to be like 80 something. It used to be way more. And Dispel. Cool.
Yeah. That's pretty useful to have a Dispel champion. Dispel is something that has been rising in both prevalence and importance, I think, in competitive POCs. And there are very few spot options, but it's starting to get spread around on champions. Yeah. Ooh, and Fiery Ambush sort of punishing hanging around in his font.
Yeah. Ooh, who's the Dispel that I was...
And he doesn't actually have a way to get through Intimidating yet.
Yeah.
So...
SC doesn't have any spot shatter either, right? So they're just fucked.
He can run Rebound, which would be an interesting choice right now, and it would get rid of both Avarices and the Demon Shield, and might actually put him at a Nora advantage for it. But I doubt he's going to play that. Yeah, he's just going to surrender.
Cool to see Imps out though. I might watch him later again.
Yeah.
Let's see, what do we watch next, my friend? Alright, you pick one. I picked the last one, so you're up.
Do you want a fresh one or something that's been going on for a little while?
I don't know. I'm just following you.
All right. Let's check out Negator X versus Original G1. I looked at that match briefly, and I think Negator X is playing IS Salaman with Armory, which is really cool. And it looks like Original G1 is playing sort of Super Serkan.
Ooh, Super Serkan, always fun.
Yeah.
I'm back.
Who is it?
Hey, it's Elves.
Elves.
Welcome back, Elves.
Hey.
Well, Neppy is here too. Oh, I hear myself. The echo.
Yeah.
That should fix
I'm not sure if Original G1 is going to be able to clutch this out though, because his opponent is up by like 5 champions.
Yeah. He needs that Vengeful to start shaking.
Ooh, that's really nasty. Running Medal of Valor in Salaman.
Huh. Yeah. But nice 7 Nora per turn from Unholy Tomb, which is not bad.
Yeah, that is something that'll help out.
Wait, does Medal give the Ingenuity Fox when it goes to the other, like, there?
No. It should be when a friendly equipment or relic is deployed from the rune dock. At least as per Ingenuity's text. Although that can be somewhat unreliable. Interesting placement of Mason Spire. I'm not sure what he's going for there.
What is he? He's only protecting one relic. He's only like on one relic there.
Yeah. Usually Usually I think Mason Spire is good for a couple things. One of them is combat relics. Another is like HP dependent relics like Corpse Pile. And the third one is using it to stuff Seism.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's what I would use it mainly for, just to stop the Seism.
Yeah, that's a slightly weird position for stuffing Seism though.
Should have maybe put it like around there. Oh,
well, it's not terrible, because if he did deploy it before Unholy Tomb, then it does guard Unholy Tomb. But usually I'd think you'd want to shift Skull of Decay to take the first couple hits. So
yeah, I mean that thing's cheap as heck, right? It's like 20 Nora, 20 HP.
It's 20 Nora, and so if you have a Mason Spire and are dropping Skulls of Decay, you can just stop your opponent from seisming any of your relics. There's this sort of common conception that Seism will just counter relic decks, but it really doesn't. It counters relics in non-relic decks.
Yeah.
Because any deck that wants to run a lot of relics will be able to play and build around Seism. And because the player playing the relics can control what Seism is going to hit fairly easily, you can just slough off the Seism triggers on a bunch of cheap relics.
Yeah, that's true. There's not that many good Seism champs though. There's like 2 that I can think of. There's a good there's the Forsaken Waste one, the crawling, whatchamacallit?
Yeah, Skeletal Excavator, which is
that
pretty
one.
good.
Excavator. Then there's the Gerhern, whatchamacallit, Berserker or something.
Does that have Seism now?
Yep. It's the, I don't know the name, and I don't want to go out of the screen because that'd be weird. But yeah, there's the SP one as well. That's the one I know. Konung plays it / Half God.
Yeah, I saw somebody playing that. I was wondering why I didn't look at its abilities. But SP does have 2 good ones in Moga Raider and Whirling Quarry.
Oh yeah, and Raider I don't know though. Raider doesn't. It's only really played in Moga.
It used to be an absolute monster, and it's still good in Moga, but I guess not so much anymore.
Yeah, it was like, wasn't it like negative money almost? Because the Moga cost itself like 40 Nora, but with Seism you would kill a 40 Nora, relic, so it was like a 0 Nora champ if you like look at it that way.
Yeah, it was something like 35 Nora with Raider and Seism, so you would deploy it and blow up a relic and get essentially like a 10 Nora ranged Moga.
Yeah.
Which was quite gross. I don't think that's the case anymore.
Yeah, no.
But it looks like Negator has all his ingenuity and everything getting stacked up. It's pretty scary looking.
Yeah, I mean, you can always stack the damage one 3 times, luckily, even though he has 2 of them out. And they're all the ingenuities are gonna be off next turn, so you can kind of move in without being too afraid anymore. For example, from the elite, but
yeah, but who knows? Maybe Negator X has more stuff.
Yeah, that's true. You're gonna go for that Hunter, hopefully. I mean, that'd be a really smart move, I think. Or what do you think? Good idea to go for the Salaman Hunter down there, bottom left?
I think Salaman Hunter is a pretty reasonable choice. What would be really big is getting that 19 HP Appraiser. If he had some way to kill that, perhaps with Serkan.
Not the Relic. What the fuck are you doing? Or at least go for the Privateer. Okay, Privateer is evasive, but still, why go for the Relic?
Yeah, I think what Original G1 is thinking there is that he doesn't want to put his Serkan at risk, and if he moves too far forwards, he might get stuffed. You see that Salaman Elite has Swap and a bunch of AP and Encouraged, so theoretically he could, move around a little bit, swap in, and just kill Serkan with a double attack, which would pretty much cost Original G1 the game.
Yeah, okay. That's true.
But good deployment on the Blood Phoenix, because now he has a permanent bloody trigger on Salaman Hunter, which means that the Hunter just can't stealth anymore.
Ah, sure, that's nice. But that's a 26 damage, Salaman Hunter. It's kind of getting countered, right? I mean, certain games or battle groups usually want to throw out all these small champions that die, so that Serkan get that Vengeful to get procced. But with all this Medal of Valor, he's kind of just buffing his own champs. I mean, he has a 26 damage Moga Hunter right now, doing 27 damage on that Stitch Tyrant. It's like,
yeah, the Salaman Hunter is quite terrifying. That is Medal of Valor. Honestly, is a very good rune.
That's a nice way to say it.
And
honestly, a very good rune.
It happens to counter a lot of stuff in Forsaken Waste and a lot of different kinds of Forsaken Waste decks that aren't just like witches or plain old good stuff rune decks.
Good against worms too, because of all the carolings, right?
Yeah, it's really good against carrying lanes. And it's obviously great against anything that wants to run out cheap champions and shield with them. So yeah, it's sort of the biggest threat right now is that he has Medal of Valor.
Providence. Ooh. Okay.
It's probably my least favorite rune in the game, if I'm gonna be honest about it.
Medal of Valor?
Yeah.
That's funny.
I really hate it.
Like, as in to play against, or just by itself, flavor wise, and like what it does?
Oh, just what it does, because it's that and Unstable Power Source. They're just both they're exceptionally good against everything or most things that I want to be doing, and a lot of stuff in Forsaken Wastes. And Unstable Power Source, I mean, I have design qualms with that one. Metal Devour, people complain about its power. But I mean, they're fine. They're just frustrating.
Yeah.
It looks like original G1 is going to pick up, I think, a kill on Salaman Trapper here, though. Yeah.
Kill it with the Stitch
Good.
Sling.
Yeah, that would be a good point of optimization. Or maybe he wants to move in and do some engagement. I'm not sure.
Yeah, then he won't get the Nora Globe. Yeah, he wants the Nora Globe anyway, but I think he should have killed with Stitchling. Then he would have had extra AP on the Lich Master. Could have, if he wanted to, attack the Earthshaker again, or just stay with extra AP, so he can next round do more.
Yeah, I generally agree with that. I wonder why he has these graveyards out. I don't know what his sort of game plan with those is. If he's running Essence Devourer, but I haven't seen him deploy Devourer.
Well, I mean, they proc Vengeful, so that's nice.
Yeah, usually it's 45 Nora is a lot for something that's just going to be getting you a couple of Vengeful triggers, though.
Yeah, but I mean, okay, in like the beginning, but if you're three like procs down, for example, right? That's 11 HP times 3 is 33. It's okay.
Yeah, I mean, it does generate some HP, which is useful. I just think if you're running graveyards for that kind of thing, Essence Devourer is the way to go, because it converts those Grave Warriors into something way better.
Yeah. I would actually really like to see you play your Essence Devourer battle group, because I've tried and I couldn't. It might just be me, but that'd be interesting to watch.
Yeah, I could do that. I think there are potential problems with Essence Devourer in the current competitive environment. Namely, I mean, this has been going on for a while, but it's
what?
this is usually people can hit about 4 or 5 champions fairly easily that all have some sort of synergy, and Essence Devourer doesn't want to be against that kind of battle group.
Yeah.
But I still think it's really strong, and that more Forsaken Ways decks should run it.
Also, they nerfed Leech Vitality, right? So that kind of.
Oh yeah, that was a big deal.
That's pretty bad for the Essence Devourer, because he has that. That kind of makes him sad.
Yeah, I don't run Leech on Essence Devourer.
No. What do you play?
Horrific Aura.
Oh really?
I think Horrific Aura is better.
I love using that SL spell that gives Horrific Aura, and then not actually Horrific Auring till the next turn. And half the time people don't attack it because they assume it's going to be
on. Which one?
The Horrific Mutation.
Oh yeah, that's a neat trick as well. And that's sort of a testament to the power of Horrific Aura. What it does is essentially lets you run in with Essence Devourer or any other champion with Horrific Aura, do a bunch of attacking, and then pop Horrific Aura and stay alive.
Right, maybe he has a Frost Cone up, I'm pretty sure. But he doesn't have the AP on the Lich Master. Yeah, see, now he has to play him so far back, he's too afraid.
Just trying to stay safe. Yeah.
That's not bad.
What isn't?
I mean, the Extinguisher, you can clone matter on the Earthshaker or on the Guard's Tower.
Yeah, it might just die though.
Yeah, it's true. This turn. Yeah, or the Shrine just might die. Look at that, 18 damage.
Yeah.
Oh, multi-attack. Ooh. So he's gonna get 2 attacks off right here on the Shrine. Luckily, the Salaman Hunter is hexed, so it has exactly 9 damage. It has its damage that it's supposed to have. That's nice. Right. What was that?
Not anymore.
And that's with hexed. That's funny.
This is actually a really neat deck using Armory to funnel all these equipment onto Salaman.
Yeah. We also were finding portability in the Nora cost.
I played in a deck like this before, but the guy didn't seem to deploy any equipment when I played him.
Oh. Well, that's nice for you.
Yeah, that would
like 5 or 6 Salaman out, and then sort of started killing each other, and he didn't really deploy any of them. He's doing it also.
Oh, that's nice.
That would make the deck somewhat worse.
Yeah.
I wonder if he plays only like he doesn't because he's only playing champions from Fulgor Swamp. I don't know if he has any room for Fulgor Swamp equips. So for example, Golden Sand, which is in my mind really good. It gives regen, right? I don't think he has like room in the deck for it. Maybe though, if he wants to keep it 15-15.
That is one of the things about running these sort of opportunist splits, is you will run into those space problems that you were mentioning.
Well, they both have evasive 2. Alright.
I think original G1 is just dead here. He has no way out.
Yeah, he's dead. Alright, do you want to play a game or?
Yeah, I'll play a casual game with the deck I'm testing out.
I'm getting out of the one that we just were in. I think it's over. But I'm gonna stop the vid and make a new one, okay?
Yeah, sure.
Are you recording stuff?